mentally, what we can do to better ourselves in our trading, and how we can kind of correlate trading with our mental. Okay, we're going to be talking all about that. So if you guys want to, this is being recorded, so you guys can kind of rewatch this on your own time as well if you miss anything. I'll go ahead and share my screen just in case I have anything I kind of want to talk about chart wise. But honestly, my goal for you guys today is just to help you guys understand the mental relationship with risk, emotion, and then how that drives our decisions and how that builds emotional discipline and confidence in pretty much every single day we trade. Because I always tell you guys, trading is about being able to control our emotions, right? The strategy, it's not that difficult. I always tell you guys, I can teach a 7-year-old my strategy, but can the 7-year-old, or obviously anybody trading, manage their emotions effectively? Okay. So it's going to be a couple of parts breaking down in this. All right. So part one is just going to be the risk of psychology, the core part of psychology. Okay. Psychology isn't math or statistics. Everybody says, well, everybody in trading and everybody on TikTok, social media, all that I hear them talk about, is, hey, what is your risk to reward? What strategy are you trading? Are you using the orb strategy? Are you using ICT? What is your win rate? How much money are you making per day? But do they ask you, how did your brain react with fake money with real money, right? How does your emotions react when you're in drawdown by $300, right? Everybody can read the charts. Everybody can find a bias in the market, a support, resistance, an uptrend, a downtrend, right? Every single one of those things is not that difficult. But how can people, and a lot of people cannot control their fear, their greed, their uncertainty, and obviously when things become very volatile, okay? So journaling and having your emotions in your journals is data, right? You guys obviously, I know, Brent, you use TradeZella. I use TradeZella. It's a software that tracks your trading, right? It tells you your win rate, tells you your loss rate, tells you how many contracts you traded with. It tells you a lot of data that is really, really cool, okay? Now, we have to do that. If we're tracking our data in the numbers, we have to track our data in our emotions, okay? Because that's going to reveal where our mindset breaks down, okay? So I always tell you guys this, this, trading is 20% technical and 80% psychology or psychological, right? The risk to psychology is literally super, 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 super important, okay? We have to truly understand that. So throw away strategies, throw away all that stuff. We're just going to be talking about emotions, and we're going to be talking kind of about the cycle. And tell me again, if you guys can put a me in comments or whatever, and tell me out of these are the 6 main emotional triggers that happen to us as traders, okay? And you guys can say this is more than to me, or you guys can put a number. So number 1 on the emotional cycle, and this could be, you guys can have all 6 of these, okay? But number 1 is hope, right? Number 1 is hope. 1 is 6, yeah. This is the top 6 things that traders do that are going to probably make you, mess up your psychology, mess up your emotions. So hope, and I always tell you guys, don't hope for a trade, plan for a trade, okay? Hope, you enter thinking this will work. Hope this will work, please work, right? And then there's a euphoria, number 2. There's euphoria, it moves in your favor, and you feel unstoppable. How many of us in here, we took a trade, boom, $500. We take another trade, boom, $300. We take another trade, boom, $1,000. And you guys, man, I took 5 trades today. I'm on fire. The markets can't slow me down. Some of us in here maybe trade on practice accounts, like boom, I made $17,000 today. That feeling that you guys have, right? I know Scarlett had it when you were you passed your drawdown on TPT. You had that euphoria, let's go, and moments there, let's keep trading. It happens to me sometimes too, right? So that's number 1 is hope. Number 2 is euphoria. Number 3 is going to be anxiety. Okay. The trades pull back and doubt creeps in. All right. So when we enter a trade, right? When we entered that last trade together today and we were in a little bit of drawdown, or we were in the trade for maybe, I think 10 minutes until it went in our favor, that's where the anxiety starts kicking in. You're like, holy crap. This is my last trade. I told myself it's going to be my last trade. Oh my goodness, the market's pulling on back. I was up $900. Now I'm red $300. And now you start second guessing the setup, which can make you cut the trade early because you're too scared to lose the profit you're already up. Or you just completely forget about how to take or what your game plan really is. Okay. So 1, hope. 2, euphoria. 3, anxiety. Number 4 is fear. Okay. Fear you're close early or you get stopped out, right? Every single time when you enter a trade, you're scared. So what happens? Oh my goodness, I'm up $300. I'm scared. I'm finally funded. I can't lose the account. Boom, close the trade. Or you know what? Oh my goodness, I bought $500. I know I told myself that I was going to move my take profit till this, but boom, I'm just going to move it straight to break even, right? Because you're scared of the reaction of what the market's going to do instead of trusting the system and the strategy, okay? Number 5 is regret, all right? Regret. You watch it go your way again. Now, a lot of us in here, I know Scarlett, again, me, everybody, it happens where we enter a trade. We get stopped out. And then you guys immediately re-enter because you're worried and you don't want to regret getting stopped out of that trade, so you want to immediately go back into the trade, right? Well, why? Because you're like, my goodness, well, if Will's still in it, or you know what, I guess stopped out, it's still now going back in our favor. Ooh, let's get right back in, right? And the last main one, number 6, is anger, okay? You revenge trade to get it back, right? So these are the 6 emotional cycles that every trader, I've had all 6 of these, right? All of you guys probably had all 6 of these: hope, euphoria, anxiety, fear, regret, and anger. And our goal as traders is we have to be our own therapist. We have to know each other. Like, you guys know, nobody else knows you better than you, right? So you guys have to kind of mentally break down and ask you guys yourself these questions, right? About, hey, I am feeling hopeful in this trade. Well, I should probably maybe, why did I take it? Or, oh my goodness, I'm feeling a little bit of fear. We can't stop having these emotions. We're not robots, we're not computers. So we can't stop saying, oh my goodness, I'm getting angry at the trade. Like, if you're getting angry, what does that say? Walk away. If you're getting hopeful, what does that mean? Walk away. Okay? But if you guys are repeating this loop over and over and over again, it's going to build emotional scars, and you guys are going to be like traumatized by the market. People quit because they get traumatized by the market, that their emotions are just a big mess, and their emotions are like a nuclear bomb, right? So think of your last loss. It could have been today, could have been yesterday, could have been Monday, could have been a week ago, but think about your last loss. And was it the chart that failed you, or was it your reaction? Okay, ask yourself that, okay? Was it the chart, which again, when I stop out of a trade and when I lose a trade, it's not because I'm hopeful, I'm regretting, I'm fearful, I'm angry, I'm anxious. No, I get stopped out of a trade because the charts failed me. My edge just wasn't there. The market just, again, failed me to take my trade. I still follow my game plan. All right, so ask yourself that question, okay? So part 2, we're going to be understanding your relationship with risk, okay? So there's risk tolerance and risk capacity. There's 2 different things, okay? That means 2 different things. Risk capacity is what your account can handle. Can you go in 1 NQ contract? Can your account, the money you have in your account, can it handle that leverage? Or risk tolerance is what can your mind handle? Okay, so there's 2 different things about risk: mental risk and physical risk. Okay, so for example, if your account can handle $1,000 of drawdown, but you panic after losing $200, your real limit is $200. Right? So if I have a $15,000 account and I'm down $300 and I'm freaking out, that's a mental tolerance. Now, if I have a $13,000, $15,000 account and I'm down $11,000 on the position, I'm destroying my physical tolerance. Okay? So, self-reflection. I'm going to ask you guys these questions. You don't have to answer them, but I'm going to ask you guys these questions. What's the dollar amount that makes you emotional? Everybody and you guys can put in the comments if you want as well. What contract size is it? 1 NQ, 5 MNQs, 6 MNQs, 2 NQs. What contract size starts making you emotional? Like, oh my goodness, I'm in this leverage now. I'm mentally getting emotional, right? Anything over 1 NQ, 4 MNQs, 15. So 15 is like 1.5 NQs, 3 to 4 MNQs. I don't even know anymore sometimes, to be honest, right? And Scarlett, and that's the thing. Like, if you don't even know, we have to like kind of come all the way back to reality and be like, yo, what's going on? Okay. So, right? Do you have something? Do you want to say something?
I was gonna say, like, I think I've become like immune a little bit to like the dollar amounts. It's just like a matter of, if I'm green, I'm happy, and I sometimes want more. If I'm red, I'm like, no way I'm red. I can turn this around. So
Yep.
it kind of just stops being the dollar amount, or it stopped being the dollar amount for me. It's kind of just like, I just don't want to walk away feeling like I lost.
Yep.
And if it's a
Exactly.
couple hundred, I'm usually okay.
But then when it hits maybe $5, 6, $700, you just like you can't walk away. You can walk away from $150 loss, but you can't walk away from a $700 loss, right?
Yeah, no way. There's no way. And
Yep.
that's killing me, probably. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. But let's say you walked away from that $700 loss. Hopefully, I mean, I hope it wasn't a $700. Maybe it could be like maybe max loss like 4 or 500. But if you walk away from a bigger loss and then come back the next day, being like, hey, I was able to come back, and then the next day made 1.2K. Now you just made back your whole loss yesterday and profit that day just by walking away and trading another
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when the loss is a couple hundred, I'm like, oh, I'm so close to getting green. I can just turn this around.
Yep,
So I
exactly.
just, I think, and that's where the over trading kicks in. So for me personally, I just need to accept losing.
And it sucks. And that's what I'll always say. You have to be okay with the loss. As a trader, we have to somehow be okay with being red, right? You guys know I walk away on red days. Does it suck? Do I feel a little depressed that day? For sure. But I would be like, you know what? I tell myself when I have a red day, I'm like, you know what? I would rather have a red day and walk away than lose my account completely, right? And I think as well, like, this is my career, this is my trading, is what pays my bills, what keeps a roof over my head, what feeds my mouth, right? What gives me what's not, like, it was pretty much making me, I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. So I'm a lot more careful. Like, if I'm like, you know what, I'm red $500 today, do I really want to go back into the market and risk it to where like now I'm actually financially struggling? No. So I'd rather be like, you know what, I'll rather take this small loss and then trade the next day and then not get into financial like, holy shit, now I just blew 50% of my account, and then start freaking out, right? And then number two, so what's the dollar amount? We answered that. Number two, what's the percentage of your balance that makes you stop thinking clearly? Now, it's kind of the same thing, right? What percentage of your accounts, right? And this is kind of like, oh my goodness, I have $5,000 of drawdown, or I have 10. When you guys start building that drawdown in your accounts, you start getting, oh my goodness, right? And then your brain kind of gets fuzzy, right? What else got? I'm relearning to walk away if I'm red. The last 2-3 weeks have been awful, and I've been blowing accounts. I swear I'd be smarter on, but of course, wanting more in revenge trading. Yeah, psychology, man, psychology. So that number defines your current trading size and limit, not your balance. All right. So the next time you take a trade, think about it. Oh my goodness, I'm in 5 MNQs. How are you mentally feeling in that trade? Some of you guys actually told me, hey, Will, I'm actually going in less contract size. Some of you guys put the profits in team profits, say, yo, I made 1.2K with 5 MNQs. I'm like, yes, you guys can make over $1,000 a day with not even trading a mini. Okay? So the less nervous you are in the trade, the more clearly you're going to see the market. The more emotional you are in a trade, the less clearly you're going to see the market. Okay. And now these are the top 3 reasons of why most traders blow their account. Okay. So number 1, they risk more than their emotions can handle. Right. So you guys like, oh my gosh, I only have $700 with the drawdown. Screw it, full port, and you guys are just like emotionally all over the place. Okay. Number 2, you guys treat every trade like it's that one that will change everything. This trade is going to change my life. This trade is going to be able to buy me my new Lambo. This trade is going to be able to make me quit my 9 to 5. There's never going to be one trade that's going to get that for you, unless you're gambling and you're full porting and you're hoping that you're going to catch a 170-point move. Small, consistent wins are going to give you that goal, that financial goal that you guys are seeking. Small, consistent wins. All right. And number 3 is going to be What ties your self-worth to profit and loss? Okay. What ties that to you? Why are you connected to your profits? Why are you connected to your loss? And most of you guys in here is about financial stability. Oh my goodness, I have my mortgage coming up. Oh my goodness, I didn't make a lot this month in my job. I need to substitute that with trading. Or oh my goodness, my family member just had an accident. I have to make more money. Or whatever the case may be, you guys are then putting more outside pressure on yourself to perform in the market, which is then going to absolutely just destroy you and make you worse off than where you were in the first place. Generational wealth in one trade, yep, that's me. Yeah, and it's never going to happen. Never, ever, ever, right? I might hit bangers, right? I might have a beautiful trading day, hit a 50-point move, make $9,000, but that is a trade that might happen once in a while. But my small, consistent wins, and you guys see I post my profits almost every single day. You guys see that I'm not making 15, 20, 30K a day. I'm making a few $1,000s a day. All right. And so the goal is to build emotional distance between who you are and what you make. Right? When you lose $500, you don't lose your identity. You lose a bet in a probabilities game. Right? You don't lose, oh my gosh, I lost $600. Right? No, you're just wrong that time. Trading is all about statistics and probability. That's it. What are the odds that this setup will happen in our favor? 70, 80%? Cool. Let's put the risk on the table, control our loss, take the trade. Okay. Number 3, the illusion of control. All right. We all want to feel in control. It's human nature. Everybody wants to be in control. If that's controlling your siblings or your wife or your husband or your boss, or people love being in control of situations. Okay. But in trading, control is a trap. Okay. A lot of you guys might think, oh, if I just watch the chart more closely, I'll win. Or if I just tweak my indicator, I'll fix it. Or if I just hold longer, it will come back. No, right? But control in the markets is an illusion. You cannot control the resolution or what the market's going to give you. The only control you have is this. These are the only things you can control as a trader. How much you risk, when you enter, when you exit, and how you react. That's it. Everything else in the market, it's not in our control. And we have to be okay with that. So let's focus on what we can control. Okay, our leverage. Why are we entering here? Why are we exiting here? Why are we acting based off of that move? Okay. So, example. A trader moves his stop loss just a little lower, not because they changed their setup, but because his ego or her ego couldn't accept being wrong. That's not risk management. That's emotional denial. Like, no, that trade cannot go, wait, what the heck? This trade has to go my way. Look, we have higher highs, higher lows. What? This doesn't make sense. No. I even tell you guys, hey, if it goes down below this level and closes, I'm out. Because I am wrong. I need to get out of the trade. If I don't exit the trade, I just keep moving my stop lower and lower and lower. Boom, my account's gone. Yeah, right? Okay. So, a question. Have you guys ever moved a stop loss because you knew it would bounce back? Anybody move the stop loss saying, you know what? Nah, I'm going to move it. It's coming back. 100% moving my stop. I know it's coming back, right? And you mentally think it's going to come back. Obviously, of course, right? No. Because I always tell myself, and the trades, like guys, this morning, even yesterday, I lost my first trades. I lost the first trade this morning. I lost the first trade on Monday. I always tell myself, if I get stopped out, I could always take another trade. But if I keep moving my stop lower, 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 and I blow my account, I'm not able to take another trade. Okay? If I can stay alive today, tomorrow, the next day, I'm always going to be able to take opportunity. But if I keep blowing account, over leveraging, losing money, eventually I'm not going to have the ammunition to stay alive in the market, and that's why people quit. People quit because they financially just get drained. They financially can't continue. And then some people can't quit because they mentally can't continue. Or a little bit of both. Right? So, number 4, okay? The mindset of a risk professional, what we need to do with our risk, okay? The best traders don't avoid risk. We actually want to have risk. They build a system, we build a system around risk. We treat it like rent, okay? You play it by the game, okay, guys? So, building a risk mindset. 4 things we have to do to build a risk mindset, all right? Number 1, predefine your plan. Why are we entering a trade? What's the reason why we're doing this? Make a plan, okay? Now, adding on to that, we have to know, okay, how much pain can we accept on this trade? So before we enter the trade, how much pain can we accept? And when I mean pain, that kind of sounds scary, but I pretty much mean how much can we lose, okay? And then we have to detach from the outcome, okay? Don't focus on the P&L, focus on the execution. Who cares if I lose or win on the trade? I don't care. As long as I followed my rule, followed my system, it was okay with my loss and okay with my P&L, we have to detach ourselves from the outcome. Once we start being so stuck up in the outcome, it's just going to control us, all right? And then respect the randomness. Even perfect setups can fail, right? Yes, I think today and even yesterday, it was a perfect setup in my strategy. We broke, formed that lower high. We got that selling pressure, right? And even though my setup is perfect, I have to know it can fail sometimes, so I have to cut the trade. And you can't be like, what the heck? That was a perfect setup. That was an A+ setup and I still lost? Does my strategy even work? And then you start self-doubting, okay? We want to start thinking in probabilities. 1 trade means nothing. 100 trades tell the truth, okay? If we could take 100 trades and see how we're doing, that would tell us how our strategy is. If you guys take 100 trades and then look at the data, and that's why I think TradeZell is amazing because it keeps track of every single trade, it will show you your statistics. Do you have a profitable strategy? Is your strategy profitable but your emotions aren't? Okay. And now we have to shift our mind to focusing on the process and not the profits. Okay. Every consistent trader has to shift from this. Okay. How much can I make? Right? Everybody shift your mindset from this to this. Do you stop thinking about, how much can I make today? How much can I make this week? How much can I make next month? And focus on how well can I execute today? How well can I execute tomorrow? How well can I execute the next day? All right. I used to be all those 1 through 6 flaws. Then I replaced it with my rules, focused on the trade and your rules. I have a family rule that if I want to break a rule, I have to give my daughter $50. I have to give my daughter $50. Bro, I love that. You know what? Because if you kept breaking the rules, your daughter is about to be very, very happy. She's probably going to be, you're going to be like, my goodness, she's going to be out with her friends spending all that money, right? So that's actually, I really like that. You know what? Do that. You guys should implement that. If you have a wife or a girlfriend or you're living at home or whatever your situation is, if you break a rule, you have to take your significant other out to dinner every single night. That's what you guys should do, you know? Next, okay? I do the same thing with my brother. I love that. That's perfect. You know, I didn't even think about that. As a guy, I wish I did that, right? Now, the next thing is shift from can I win today to can I follow my system perfectly? When I go into the market, I'm not like, I need to win. But can I perform my trades as perfect as possible? Okay. And the last one is stop thinking about how can this work? I need this to work. I hope it can work. 2, if it doesn't, I'm okay. Let's move on. Take the next trade. And if you shift from the first thing I said to the last thing I said, it's going to truly show you guys. Now, you guys, and I want you guys to rewatch this. It's being recorded. Rewatch this lesson because it's truly going to help you guys be able to really, really, really shift from becoming not profitable to profitable. I promise you guys, if you really, really pay attention and really do what I'm saying, the money's going to come, right? How can I be profitable 90% of the time? Or a few other students in here be profitable 75, 80, 90% of the time. 707, he's not in here, about to get moved to a live funded account on Top Step. making over $20,000 in 1 month. How are they able to do it? Are they special? Am I better than you? Absolutely not. Everybody can do this, but can everybody actually stick to the rules? Okay. Now, number 5, part 5, breaking emotional patterns. Okay. The 3 emotional killers in trading. Okay. And I kind of already talked about this: fear, ego, and hope. Right? I can't be wrong. I can't lose again. It'll come back. No, throw that out the window right now. Okay? And this might sound cheesy. This might sound corny. But if you guys do this, it can help. Now, question, and you have to be honest, how many of us in here wake up 10 to 15 minutes before market opens and take a trade? How many of us in here wake up 10 to 15 minutes before market open? If nobody says yes, then it's okay. But who wakes up 10 to 15 minutes before the market opens, and then you just roll out of bed, turn on the computer, your eyes are still glossy and half open, and you're trying to trade trades? Okay. No. And I kind of said this in the last couple lessons. Why do that? Would you do that in any other job? Would you show up? Would you wake with if you have to be at work and your boss at a corporate job in your desk, ready to grind at 8:30, are you going to roll out of bed 15 minutes to get to work? No, you got to take a shower. You got to get changed. You got to eat breakfast. You got to figure out traffic. So why is this any different? The luxuries of trading can get you, you can literally trade in your underwear, or you can walk 3 feet to your job, or you don't have anybody and you can make money in the comfort of your home. Those are the luxuries of trading. But you still have to act like a job. Okay, so start doing this, right? Do jumping jacks, do push-ups, take a shower, wake up an hour before, have a good breakfast every single morning, have a protein shake, okay? Do these things, showers. I'm actually thinking about buying a cold plunge. Those things are expensive, like $300, but I'm thinking about buying a cold plunge and start doing that every day before market open, right? I think it'll be really, really, really awesome. Okay. Moving on, right? We're going to talk about losses, okay? Losses aren't a punishment. When you lose in the market, you should not punish yourself. Now, if you lose in the market because you broke one of your rules, or you lose in the market because you emotionally got messed up, right? Then, Cali's hard, it's too early. Well, Omar, go to bed earlier. Boom, there you go, I fixed it. If you have to be up at 5 a.m., go to bed at 9, right? So, try to get home way too late from work. I mean, sometimes, again, there's sometimes where we can't do that. I get it. But that's why, you know what, maybe you guys should start looking forward to the weekends where you or maybe it could be motivation, right? Some of you guys might have another job and you get home really late from work, and then you have to, obviously you might have a family to come home to, and then you have to get up early for trading, and then you just are super dead. But I was working 3.5 jobs until I was able to finally fully financially support myself in trading. I was working 3 jobs, and I was in college before I dropped out to trade as well. So I was working 3 jobs, going to college, and trading at the same time, and then having life in general. So if I can do it, every single one of you guys can do it. So please, having a 9 to 5 is not an excuse. Like, oh, I can't do it, I have a job. Bro, how bad do you want it? That's the question I can ask, is how bad do you want it, right? So losses aren't a punishment, they're a tuition. Think of it as an expense in your business or an expense in education, okay? You're paying to learn how your mind works. So instead of, man, I lost $500, say, oh, I just invested $500 to learn why I should not do that. Oh, I just lost this account, maybe I shouldn't do that, right? Number 6, I want you guys to start tracking your stuff. So every single one of you guys, please, 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 start journaling. I say this all the time. It will help 100%. Journal, 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 journal. Okay. Our goal isn't to eliminate emotion. We're not robots. We can't eliminate emotion. We never will be able to eliminate emotion. But it's to understand it so deeply that it never controls you again. So when you start feeling those emotions I talked about in this lesson, you stop trading. The best thing we can do when we start feeling fear, greed, anxiety, euphoria, whatever the case may be, is the answer to that is turn off your computer, no matter what your P&L says. When I journal, do I write specific questions? No, this is literally what I do, bro. I put the day's date, and then I literally talk to myself in my notebook. So I would say, today I made $6,000. I took 3 trades. I executed my trades perfectly. I didn't get emotional. I put my stop loss in a good spot. I did this. And I even say, right? Hey, I made $6,000 today. What could I have done better? Or I made $6,000 a day. What could I have done better? And then on my losing days, I have a lot more to say. I lost $4,000. Did I stick to my rules? Did I get emotional? How I was feeling? Why did I take that loss? And then all I'm doing is just asking questions to myself. And then from the questions I'm asking, I'm just putting it on paper. So then I can look back on it, and it actually will help you get better. Okay? So risk is not your enemy. It's your mirror. Every trade reflects how you manage uncertainty. Okay? So when you master how you think under pressure, the markets stop being chaos and they become clear. You guys probably ask yourself, Will, how are you able to trade in front of 80 to 100 people every single day? Give call outs, verbally say what I'm doing, and just talking at the same time while doing everything over and over again. How am I able to do that? Well, one is 7 years of doing this, but the same thing too is I trust my system so well, like the back of my hand. I can see what I'm looking for so well that if I take a trade, I'm not like holding my breath. And not a lot of you guys are like, well, Will, you have a 6-figure personal account. You will never lose. Well, at the same time, I had a $2,000 drawdown at one point. I had a $1,000 drawdown at one point, right? And I'm trading on prop firms just like you guys are. I had the same drawdown when I trade prop firms just like you guys have, right? So how am I able to do payouts? How am I able to pass them? What am I doing differently? And I'm telling you guys exactly, literally these lessons, I'm literally telling you exactly what I'm doing so you guys can literally do it. I'm literally giving you guys the keys, and then all you guys have to do is actually just want to use it or not. Okay? So, homework. You guys can choose to do it or choose not to. I don't care, but I'm going to give you homework. Okay? This is what you're going to journal. Journal every trade this week for the rest of Thursday and Friday. We got 2 more days for the week. Okay? And do it next week and do it every week. Okay? Journal the setup quality. So we can put like setup quality, and then you can put 1 to 10. You can do emotional state, 1 to 10. Follow your rules, yes or no. And then your reaction, calm, hesitant, focused, scared, uncertain. Okay? And then at the end of the week, review what emotions cost you. So be like, boom, I killed it. Oh, I didn't kill it. And then share one thing next lesson. Okay? Or we're going to do share one thing next week. So everybody do that. And I promise you guys are going to be able to get better. All right? So that's it for me. All right? I hope you guys learned something tonight. I hope something kind of stuck with you guys. I hope something kind of like, man, you're right, Will. I did do this. Or, man, Will, you know what? I have been doing this whole time. Right? Some of us, I have to verbally say it, read it out loud, throw it at you guys in your face for you guys to be like, damn. Everything that Will said about breaking all rules, I did every single one of those every single day. And if you guys can just fix one, now don't try to tackle them all at the same time, but say, man, I struggled really, really bad at this. Okay, focus on that. The worst thing that you guys are struggling with, focus on that. After you fix that, then go to the next thing. If you have 10 problems, don't fix all 10 at once. Fix one thing at a time. You're never going to be able to fix 10 at once. Okay? So I hope you guys learned something tonight. I'm going to post recording very, very soon here after the lesson. Okay? If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, please reach out to me. All right? And I'll see every single one of you guys tomorrow morning for us finish Thursday, and Friday on a green note. And if you guys, again, are struggling, you guys know I'm here every single day. That's all I do. I got you guys. I want to make you guys have those 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, $1 million months one day. All right? Other than that, have a beautiful rest of you guys tonight. Peace out. I'll see everybody mañana early in the AM. Peace out, guys, and much love. Peace, peace, peace.